NTA International News.
This is NTA International.
NTA International News.
Federal Executive Council meets in Abuja, approves irrigation projects in some states of the Federation. Lingering political impasse in Nigeria's National Assembly. Senate President David Mark promises to wade in. Ahead of 2015 elections, National Orientation Agency wants Nigerians to play down on tribal and religious sentiments. Pathologists decries the spate of self-medication and wrong prescription of drugs among Nigerians. Hello and welcome to NTA International News from Abuja, Nigeria. I'm Taiwo Odugbeson. President Goodluck Jonathan has arrived in Ouagadougou for the mediation in the political crisis facing Burkina Faso. President Jonathan was received on arrival at the airport by the de facto military head of state, Lieutenant Colonel Isaac Zida. The president held a brief meeting with the military leader at the airport before leaving for the venue of the meeting. President Jonathan is part of the three-member ECOWAS delegation, including Ghanaian president and the Senegalese president. The meeting is being held to discuss with all political stakeholders, civil society groups, and military leaders to find ways of resolving the constitutional crisis the country is facing. Nigeria's ambassador to Burkina Faso, David Bala, speaks on the lessons to be drawn from the crisis. President Jonathan will be back in Nigeria at the end of the meeting. The Federal Executive Council at this Wednesday's meeting approved irrigation projects in some states of the Federation. State House correspondent Hamza Musa Makafi reports that Vice President Namadi Sambo chaired the council.
The $495 million for irrigation development is loan from the World Bank to be repaid in 20 years. The Minister of State Finance, Ambassador Bashir Yuguda, who presented the memo before Council, said Kano River Irrigation, Hadija and Dadunkowa Dam projects will benefit.
Bakalori Dam and the irrigation scheme in Zamfara State will benefit. Then also in Sokoto State, we have the Goronyo and Middle Rima Valley irrigation scheme. Of course, rehabilitation of the dam that is currently considered unsafe.
The major beneficiaries for this project include the basin stakeholders, the irrigation and drainage entities, the Water Users Association Federation. In each of the irrigation schemes, we expect secondary and tertiary level water users associations would be strengthened.
We are going to link this work to the Fadama. The Fadama project has been very successful, and so we are going to link it to that.
The $250 million for development of urban water scheme goes to the states of Bauchi, Ekiti, and Rivers. Another memo which Council approved is for flood disaster control in Ibadan of Oyo State. $200 billion is to be spent on the project. In similar vein, Council approved financial institutions to administer diaspora bond of $300 million. Worldwide forums to achieve its target.
Currently, Mr. President directed Federal Ministry of Finance to make sure that we have improved on the revenue base, non-oil, especially in the tax regime in the country. He gave us a mandate to make sure that we raise $75 billion in 2014. Currently, we've raised over $50 billion.
On enhancing road infrastructure, the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs received approval for new projects for Niger Delta region.
It is envisaged that the roads, upon completion, will facilitate the evacuation of farm products to major population centers in the region and the rest of the country.
Council also deliberated on industrial harmony in Nigeria.
It was a meeting that was held by the CME, Honorable Minister of Finance, with military pensioners. Issues were streamlined, all misinformation and wrong assumptions were cleared.
Special Duties Minister said government will continue to sustain good labor relations for socio-economic development. From the Presidential Villa Abuja, I am Hamza Musa Magalpi, NTA News.
Senate President David Mark has promised to do everything within his power to resolve the lingering political impasse rocking the National Assembly, following the defection of Speaker Aminu Waziri Tambuwal from the PDP to the APC. Senator Mark, who is the chairman of the National Assembly, stated this at the commencement of Wednesday's Senate plenary. National Assembly correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
The defection of Speaker Aminu Waziri Tambuwal to the APC about 2 weeks ago and the subsequent withdrawal of his security detail by the police high command have remained burning issues in the nation's political landscape. Although the matter is in court, the Senate President David Mark is worried that the situation he described as unfortunate and disturbing is capable of negating Nigeria's democratic enterprise.
As the chairman of the National Assembly, I cannot fold my arms or pretend that all is well or close my eyes to the current crisis. I am therefore doing all that I can to resolve the current impasse. I want to assure all of you that I will do the needful to protect and defend the legislature at all costs.
The lawmakers thereafter deferred all other items on the order paper and adjourned plenary till Tuesday next week. This is the second time in 2 days the Senate adjourns plenary immediately after the adoption of votes and proceedings. Although no official reason was given for the action of the PDP-dominated Red Chamber, members of the opposition parties are, however, not happy about the development.
If we have our way, we in APC will come here tomorrow and sit. It should not be about personal interest, it's about the future of this country. It should be about our people. Now they are seeing injustice, they are fighting.
Meanwhile, the PDP caucus in the Senate again met behind closed doors with the outcome of the just concluded World Congresses of the PDP and the way forward dominating discussions.
There are issues that affect the future of our democracy, and we must have our democracy for Parliament to function properly. So it is important that we resolve those issues as quickly as possible, and everything is being done to resolve them.
The PDP senators are to reconvene for yet another meeting at the Senate President's official residence. In Abuja, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Ahead of the 2015 general elections, the National Orientation Agency, NOA, has called on Nigerians, particularly the political class, to play down on tribal and religious sentiments while politicking. The Director General, National Orientation Agency, Michael Mary, said this at a one-day sensitization on security and early warning signals held in Shendam local government area of Plateau State.
We are saying that Nigerians, we should play down on religion. We should play down on ethnicity. We should know that all of us, we are one. No matter where you come from, no matter your color, no matter your, the language you speak, please, we are one.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Immigration Service has called on churches and mosques to be vigilant with foreigners in their midst to ensure the genuineness of their identities. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, is to begin the screening of aspirants to the House of Assembly across the Federation from Thursday. The National Secretary of the PDP, Professor Wale Oladipo, says all aspirants will be given equal treatment in line with the party's constitution. Political correspondent Femi Johnson now reports.
With the ward congresses for 3 delegates over, even though there are appeals from some party aspirants, the House of Assembly primaries will take center stage this week with a screening of aspirants. Professor Wale Oladipo is the PDP National Secretary.
The rules are well set out. If you know you are qualified, you try and be there, submit all your papers, all the documents that are necessary, as demanded by 1, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 2, the Constitution of the PDP, 3, the electoral law passed by the National Assembly, and finally, by our guideline. If you are qualified, nobody can screen anybody out as long as the person is qualified. But if you are not qualified, no one can help you.
Meanwhile, the race for the PDP gubernatorial ticket continues as immediate past Minister of Labour, Emeka Wogu, former Sports Minister, Sumaila Sambawa, and the immediate past Minister of Niger Delta, Darius Ishaku, submitted their forms amidst expectation that the primaries will be transparent.
My supporters had always been there. They had been yearning for this change, and that's why I've decided, because of my supporters, both within and outside the country, to come back again and give them what they are looking for, good quality service in Kebbi State.
I'm going to go back to Abia with what I benefited as being part of transformational agenda to improve on the governance in Abia State.
Now that the sale of nomination forms is about to end and the screening will begin, the National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Professor Wale Oladipo, assured all aspirants vying for all the PDP tickets to be rest assured that the party will ensure that the laid-down procedure is strictly followed. From the PDP National Secretariat in Abuja, Femi Johnson, NTA News.
Many thanks to you, Femi. Youths under the auspices of the Youth Council of Nigeria and the National Association of Nigerian Students have come together on the platform of the PDP to support the re-election of President Goodluck Jonathan. Musa Baba Aliyu reports that delegates from the associations converged on the Eagle Square, Abuja, for Solidarity Rally.
Considering the ongoing transformation in all aspects of the socio-economic development of Nigeria and the need for continuity, the youth pledged their support for the re-election of President Goodluck Jonathan come 2015. The youth under the umbrella of People's Democratic Party have also appealed to all Nigerians to do same for equity, justice and unity of the country.
The chairman of National Youth Council of Nigeria are saying to Mr. President, go ahead, we are solidly behind you. We will work assiduously to make sure that come 2015, by the grace of the Almighty God, you will occupy that strategic position.
Graduates that are yet to be employed are going to be entitled to a stipend. I mean, this is a wonderful development that has never happened in the history of Nigeria.
Only government that come into power with the direct focus in terms of youth involvement and in terms of transforming the Nigerian economy.
In Jonathan administration, we have some youths who are occupying good positions, and we are so happy about that.
And so my advice is for them to key in and then follow the trend of the leader who believes in a peaceful approach to turning Nigeria around.
The young Nigerians are, however, advocating for 30% reservation of political position for the over 40 million youth in the country.
Our constitution, of course, allows that. From the age of 35, you can be a governor, you can be a senator. From the age of 30, you can go to the House of Reps and be a member of the State House of Assembly.
Once they come out and participate in the electoral process and fill in these positions, they would have been maybe 70%.
Originally put in place by the PDP have been so wonderful that any day, anytime, PDP will always make their way through.
The youth have agreed to shun violence and pursue the interests of Nigeria and of Nigerians. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
This is the news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. We earlier informed you that the Federal Executive Council has approved irrigation of projects in some parts of the Federation. You also heard that Senate President David Mark has promised to resolve the lingering crisis in the National Assembly. Up ahead, pathologists decry the spate of self-medication and wrong prescription of drugs among Nigerians. Details in a moment.
Stimulating attitudinal changes and initiating radical thinking. Sheyi Makinde, the man of his words, an achiever per excellence, imbibing public confidence and enlist mass participation in governance. Sheyi Makinde, a philanthropist, driving a collective vision of a people of your state in a unique way. Sheyi Makinde, a man of the people and a silent achiever. Sheyi Makinde can be trusted to do more.
We will change the future of our state for the better.
Sheyi Makinde, the man for change.
The FRCN, NTA and VON annual service of 9 lessons in Christmas carols is here again.
The program, which started over 10 years ago in Abuja as a local carol night, has grown into a national affair.
It's an exhibition of classical and Nigerian Christmas songs and carols,
Featuring spirit-lifting renditions and inspiring messages in celebration of the living Christ.
Celebrated groups like the Lars Ekweme Choral Group will be there.
Theme, celebrating the Prince of Peace.
Venue, National Christian Center, Abuja.
Date, Sunday, 14th December 2014.
Time, 3 p.m.
Message giver, Senior Pastor, Dunamis International Gospel Center, Dr. Paul Enenche.
For sponsorship details, call 0803-303-7678
0803-704-3300
or 0802-722-2869.
Coming live on Radio Nigeria, NTA and Voice of Nigeria, Sunday, December 14, 2014.
The FRCN, NTA and VON annual service of 9 lessons and Christmas carols.
Making Christmas memorable for you.
NTA International News. Africa as it is.
Thanks for staying tuned. A one-day workshop organized for members of the Association of Retired Federal Civil Servants on Healthy Living has ended in Abuja. Chinedu Obike reports on the workshop, which drew representatives from the states of the Federation.
These are men and women who had spent their productive years in the service of Nigeria and are today resting as senior citizens and elders. Understandably, they are no longer as strong as they used to be. Hence, the need for this special workshop to educate them on how to stay healthy and younger through eating correctly with certified supplements.
I eat a supplement every day just for us to be strong. That is why we come to share the testimony.
I don't even eat much, but I eat healthy food.
The achievement of the workshop is to educate us what to eat, what not to eat, the exercise and all other things.
Good and attractive as the benefits of the supplements may sound, the cost of the products and foods are beyond the reach of most of the retirees.
I have a member that retired at grade level 04, but is collecting less than 2,000 in a month. What will that person do with his family, children, wives?
How much are we earning? Some of us that you are saying retiree, some are collecting 5,000 per month.
They are, however, happy with the federal government for ensuring regular payments of their pensions. The workshop was attended by representatives of the Association of Retired Federal Civil Servants from states of the country. Chinedu Obike, NTA News.
Nigerian pathologists have expressed concern over the spate of self-medication, wrong prescription of drugs, and related practices among patients. This came to the fore as they commemorate the 2014 International Pathology Day in Abuja. Correspondent Obiageli Ogwoke completes the story.
In the last 50 years, increasing technical complexity of test methods and the demand for laboratory services encouraged the involvement of non-physician laboratory scientists. Investigations showed that nearly 1 in 6 patients had wrong diagnosis or a treatment error, which has led to possible death of some patients. To avert this, Nigerian pathologists, specialists who examine samples of body tissues for diagnostic or forensic purposes, are utilizing the 2014 annual day to sensitize the public on the vital role of diagnosis in the healthcare delivery.
To make healthcare affordable and cheap, you need to make accurate diagnosis. Otherwise, you'll be treating blindly. So pathologists promote the proper diagnosis of disease so that effective treatment can be given. That is the way they contribute to health service.
The part of the police, we have a very robust relationship with pathologists because they help us to solve some basic problems we face in the course of giving justice to Nigerians.
While speaking on the significant role of pathologists, the chairman of the Association of Pathologists, Ahmed Abinoko, described the profession as the science behind cure in medicine.
There is no doctor who can treat a patient effectively without a pathological diagnosis, be in chemical pathology or hematology or microbiology. If you hear a patient is being treated for cancer, there is no how a doctor would start treating a patient for cancer without a pathological diagnosis. So the pathology is the backbone of every disease we see.
Science students who attended the program were encouraged to specialize in the pathological field of medicine to contribute to the fight against the spread of infectious diseases in Nigeria. The event has at its theme, Pathology Global. This event marks the first annual International Pathology Day, created to celebrate the important role of pathologists and laboratory professionals in healthcare. In Abuja, Obiageli Ugwoke, NTA News.
Thank you, Obiageli. Staff of the National Agency for Food, Drug and Administration and Control have been charged to leverage on cooperative societies to participate in family farming in order to achieve multiple income. This was the focus of a paper presented at a 2-day training program organized by NAFDAC in Abuja. Muplang Dakok reports that the program is in collaboration with Project Fix Nigeria Consulting.
With so many opportunities in agriculture, NAFDAC is through the training program giving its staff the opportunity to be successful in farming without having to be on the farm.
He has experts, he can acquire the land for you, he can decide which of the crop. You form a cooperative, and once your money is there, this thing will continue to work for you, and you will just be monitoring the progress.
There's no amount of money that you give to a public servant that can ever be enough to cater for all our needs. But if you have a plan B as a support to your salary, it goes a long way in making the public servant more committed.
The trainers, Project Fix Nigeria Consulting, said the days are gone when civil servants have to rely on a single source of income. They urge participants to seize the opportunity of additional income for public servants, which is only permitted by law in the area of agriculture.
That a nation that cannot feed its own is in trouble. We cannot wait for Americans to come and farm and feed us. We cannot wait for China to come and feed us. We need to go to farming to produce food security. Once we have food security, our nation is secure.
Interested participants are expected to partner with GNet Economic Empowerment Platform to invest in fish and snail farming, quail bird farming, and food processing, among others.
The training has laid emphasis on the need to key into the rudiments of farming in order to improve the earning power of participants, create job opportunities, and also ensure food security in the country. Muplang Dakok, NTA News.
Next is Thursday's weather outlook in some Nigerian and world cities. And that wraps up the news. Thanks for watching. I'm Taiwo Odugbeson.